Everybody, it's Jamal from Jamal's Focal Fishing. Down here at my home base today in the city of Renton, Sheen Coulon Park. This is where I launch out of most of the time on Lake Washington. Unless I'm going to the north end, I try to save myself some gas money. Just go ahead and drive the 405 up north. I fish Lake Washington pretty much most of the time. I fish 3 to 4 days a week. Some of you are asking how did I do that, and I still have a job. Well, I work nights, so that's how I do that. But behind me, I've got my boat. And I want to talk about the electronics I have in my boat because I've got a full Garmin boat. And that's kind of what makes it easier for me to find these fish when other people can't find them. So I have live scope. I have the LV34 plus the new transducer. I have the Garmin Force trolling motor. And those things together with the mapping and everything else you put together, the trolling motor will put you right on a spot. You see something out with Panoptics, you can see how far it is out. You mark it, put a waypoint on it, and then you basically let the trolling motor take you to it. So it's not like you really have to work that hard on it. The biggest thing is making sure that you see it covering the ground. So a lot of times, you know, like I said, I work nights, so I have days off, but I keep those hours, you know, on the weekend. So when everybody else goes to bed and this place is open 24 hours, sometimes I'll be out there just graphing the lake, trying to find and learn this fishery. It's a big lake. It's 31 miles long. Think about that for a second. 31 miles long. Okay, deepest place is like 170, 270 feet. Fish got a lot of area they can really hide in. When you're looking for crappie on structure, that's tough. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the boat. On the back of my boat, you can see the transducer. I got an LV12 there. I can see at the helm. That's looking directly underneath the boat, at the back of the boat, because Panoptics is on the front on the trolling motor. And that lets me see some stuff there. And that corrects right to the Ultra, the 122 at the helm. And you don't need a black box for that. Those are $4.99. Is it limited? Yeah. But in certain situations, it's great to have a second view of what I'm looking at. All right. So then we got this 115 Pro XS Mercury 4-stroke. That's pretty cool. And then over here, I got a GT56 that I run. And I do all my side scanning and down view and, you know, whatever you want to call it, clear view for Garmin. And do all that stuff with that transducer. And sometimes I use the GT54 in the front on the trolling motor if I need to, but not mostly. Now, one of the things that people like to talk about on the deep V boats that Garmin only has 2 trolling motors. I think it's a 45 and a 57. This is the 57 here. And the reason why the 57 works, and this is a deep V boat, is because if you look at it right here, it rests right here. So I get that full shaft length. If I had a 62-inch shaft on, like, say, a Troll or something like that, Ultrex or something like that, a 60-inch shaft, it's not really comparable. I mean, I'll have a little bit more, maybe an inch or two, but this will get the job done, you know. Would I like a longer one? Yeah, I'd like a longer one. I'd like about 8 more inches. 8 more inches to a foot would be perfect for me. I have the room on the back of it to be able to do it, but Garmin hasn't came out with it yet. They've got videos up showing you how to replace the shaft, but they haven't given us a shaft or a longer wiring harness to be able to do that. And Garmin, if you're listening, I really want that, because I can't come out here and fish when the wind's blowing for these smallies. And yeah, I can really use it. So this is my boat. This is my toy, my baby. This is my 50th birthday present for myself and my wife, and kids and everybody else are all grown. So basically, my grandson Boogie, Giovanni, he's the one that's going to get the most of this, and he loves this boat. So if you look on my YouTube page, if you're here now, you'll see how he hates to quit fishing. So enough about the boat. Let's get out there and do some fishing. All right, so those of you who are on the fence if that 57-inch shaft Garmin trolling motor was long enough for your deep V boat, well, take a look. It works. Would I like another foot? Sure. Garmin ain't gonna do it yet though. Maybe another year. All right, so this is my 126, and all the colors you see on there, that's my release shading on Garmin. It lets you tell what the depth of the water is, so I can look at all this stuff on the Active Captain app, or I can see this stuff when I'm not in my boat. I can plan my charts and everything else and my fishing and figure out where I want to be, and I kind of balance this information off the weather buoys they have on Lake Washington and Lake Sammamish, what the water temperature is, what the oxygen saturation is, and then I look for those depth spots on the lake, and that's when I start searching. I don't just randomly go out and search for fish. I do my research first. So if you're wondering about it and you wanted to see it, I mean, I can scroll out and show you. I mean, there you go right there, and you can see a lot of my stuff and structure and stuff that I fish on. But that's Garmin for you. So that's how I find the fish. Then here on the helm, you can do the same thing, or actually go there. And I don't have a mapping card in this one. This is the 122. It came without a mapping card, and so or a transducer for that matter, save you a little bit of money. But the mapping card's in the 126, and because they're networked, they can share that mapping. And so I have it here, I have it there. I usually keep the maps on the one in the front, and then I use this one back here usually for my side scan, or let me turn the transducer on, enable all sonar. Okay, we'll go back. So we'll go to my combos, and we'll go to this one. Then you can see live scope on there. And so that's my live scope, and I can click that and I can change that. So right now you're seeing those little fish. This is right in the marina. So I guess I'm having an advantage of most people, and I can actually see there's fish down there. I'm not fishing randomly. That'll just let you know. So, well, I'm gonna hit the water right now, and hopefully I'll get some fish, and I'll show you what's going on then. But until then, I'm not talking. All right, everybody, I'm back at the house now, and this was the video I did with my Pursuit HD underwater camera. It's an ice fishing camera, so I wanted to show you the spot that I found with these crappie staged up. This is what they do. They suspend. There's not a lot of structure on Lake Washington, so when you find structure that holds fish, you kind of keep that close to your chest. So I've got multiple video of different schools of fish out here right now in this transition period. And I'm going to put some of this stuff out here because a lot of people say they don't believe this is Lake Washington. This was today, people. You can see the timestamp down there. This was today. This is what the crappie look like today on Lake Washington. If you find them, okay, that's the key. You have to find them, all right? And even though you find them, they may not want to bite. It's tough to get them to bite. I mean, between live scope and this camera, that's how I got them to bite, because I could see when they took it. They bite real light and real faint, and this and that. A lot of the little ones will chase stuff down, but they're pretty inquisitive. I mean, they'll come up in front of the camera. You can check them out. So if you didn't believe that Lake Washington had big schools of crappie, you're seeing it here first. I'm finally sharing some of my content and putting it together, and I wanted everybody to know, you know, people in my group, Jamal's Focal Fishing Group, private members, if you want to get some of this, or you want to go on that, or you want to go fishing with Jamal, you got to schedule it. That's guests and members only. Everybody else, you're on your own. You know, you got to go do your thing. My group is locked down, and these people have been with me for some time, and I'm not divulging anything else to anybody else. So I just wanted to put it out there and let everyone know, hey, come catch some crappie in Lake Washington. They're there. It's you. You have to practice your skills and get your stuff together. All right? So enjoy.